I am Sure Sports. You know me there, I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is Righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am Sure Sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am Sure Sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never see no game, me no know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick-Nick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices. Add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick-Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
All right. Good morning. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I am Manning's man. How you doing this morning, people? Hope you're doing well. Big up to everyone out there. You understand me? Big up to everyone. You have life, people. So you give thanks. Give thanks for life. Yeah, and life more abundantly. And next day, for us to look to the hills from whence cometh our help. Our help comes from the Lord. I love Psalm 23, because it said, "The Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures, and lead me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. And yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for thou art with me. His rod and his staff, they comfort me. He prepares a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. He anoints my head with oil. My cup runs over. And surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever." So, for the Lord to be a shepherd, the shepherd must be your Lord. Get that, my people? The shepherd must be your Lord. I tell people I'm very thankful for life, because it's promised to no man. And every day we rise, we hear that the next one faces the demise of death. So we who are above the earth must forever give thanks and give praise to the one who sits upon his throne. For the earth is his and the fullness thereof. Again, welcome to the platform. If this is your first time, remember to subscribe. For the regular ones, remember to like and share. I don't want you to ramp with the thing, all right? This is no ordinary interview. We don't have ordinary interviews. We interview legends. We interview the big timers, the ones who, you understand me, they have made their name, they have done their work. So I want to encourage every single one of you right now to start, hit the like button. You understand me? Hit the like button and show some love. When these videos are on, there's none of these videos when we interview the legends that should fall below 100 likes. I'm telling you, minimum, so make that happen. I have with me today, he was here before, and he's back again. Listen, when this man and Gregory Messam and Fowley come on the show, you have to laugh, because they're going to find some way to give you a little joke and thing. You understand me? So you have Andy Williams, Gregory Messam, and Fowley. Fowley, you're going to do a tune, and you're going to say something very jovial. And Gregory Messam, I'm going to say, bro, from now till the show done, when you listen to Gregory Messam, I'm going to give you around 1,000. Bro, 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 bro. I understand what we have the mama with us this morning. So, what the man doing?
Morning. Can you hear me?
Yeah, man, we're hearing you.
Right.
Yeah, man. You're cold, man. You look like the Carolinas cold. Look like you're a big heavy.
No, just a little sweater. Nothing with a little hoodie. Nothing, not too cold. 70 degrees outside right now.
Okay. Well, good to have you. Good to have you again. I see Dwight up top saying Dwight Spence up top saying, boy, he's so glad to have you back on the East Coast, because I mean you have been out on the West Side for quite a while.
Yeah, since 2005. So it's nice to be back on the East Coast, but Southeast Coast basically. So I'll take it.
Yeah. I mean, where were you working before you moved? Where were you last in terms of your footballing, coaching, and stuff?
So last year and a half, I've been in Arizona, FC Arizona. I was the technical director there, coaching UPSL, NPSL, men's teams, running the youth club, and then also at a ECNL youth team, or 2005 youth team I was coaching at the same time too. So 2 to 3 teams coaching each fall, spring semester.
So you are a technical director and a coach, or you do which?
Both.
Both.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And how well did the teams do under your leadership and guidance?
So the UPSL team, we won our league, which was our conference, which was in Arizona. Went on to the playoffs. Lost to in the Elite 8, I guess, the final 8 teams. We lost to LAFC Academy, which is MLS team, their academy team. And basically the UPSL teams, you usually have players ranging from 18 years old to the eldest player on my team was 33, I think. So, it was a wide range of, men that were playing. And unfortunately, we lost in that was the most successful team that we had the first year. Went on to the UPSL quarterfinals. After that, we won the league twice. NPSL went to the playoffs. Last time UPSL team, we lost in the finals in the state league. So pretty decent. Nothing too crazy, but taking these teams to playoffs and knockouts is pretty cool.
Okay, cool. So having had so much success in Arizona, why the move? The heat or just the opportunity?
No, being back in the pro game is pretty special. I was with FC Arizona as a youth club. We had rec programs, boys and girls, but the opportunity to get back into the pro game, whether it's MLS Next, or anything professional, is what you always strive to do. So I'm glad to be back in the pro game, and hopefully this new franchise will hopefully kick off and run well and be successful here.
Yeah, because your next move is to the MLS Next Pro. I think it
correct.
is Pro.
Yes.
Pro, which is a level right below the MLS now.
Yes. So what happened was all the MLS teams are have to have a team in this league. So no more UPSL teams. For these MLS teams, all second teams for MLS professional teams have to be in this league. So this is the second year for this league. And all teams, I think this year, all MLS teams have to have their team in this league. So no more UPSL, no more USL championship. Any team that's in MLS has to have a team in this league.
Oh, so that means that this is like this. This is automatically going to become like the second tier.
Yes, second
American
division.
football.
Yes.
Second division, really, which pushes down USL championship to like third.
I'm not sure how it's going to work out. It's very interesting how that's going to work out. But honestly, it's going to be where say John Tom doesn't play for the first team in MLS, but he on the weekend you have a MLS Next Pro game. He will play in that game to get games, quality games. So that is what this league is pushing for. So.
And there's no age group on it, like they don't.
No.
Like you can be any age and be in the MLS Next Pro team.
Absolutely.
I thought it was an age group. Okay.
No, not at all. Depending on the teams, I think, but this is definitely pushing to be. I think eventually be the second division officially in MLS in US. Sorry. So it's interesting what's going to happen with USL coming up.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. What's going up to USL 1, USL Championship?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I see someone here asking a question quickly. What is your thoughts on the MLS Next Pro, which is what you're explaining? LAFC says it's trying not to give the boys homegrown deal. It is a trap to keep these kids up. 23 years old.
Honestly, I can't tell you what's happening with LAFC. But I know they had their academy teams, they have their U23 teams. But like I said, it's a work in progress of how teams are going to run their players. But like I said, if somebody doesn't make the A team this weekend for MLS, they're going to be pushed down to play quality games in this league. So. It just depends. Each club is going to be different. For my club now, we're not MLS affiliated, so we're.
That's what I was going to ask you because your club is not in the MLS.
No, this is their own ownership, starting from brand new team, coming in without an MLS
franchise
team above us. Yes.
Yeah. So, but that is the plan. Is that the plan, though? So their highest level would be the MLS Next Pro team.
Yes, for us, yes.
So and that's what they'll be playing in. So does that mean that at some point the plan and having a
MLS team? Yes.
Yeah, because is the MLS now closed in terms of franchise, or
not at all. There's rumors about expansion teams coming out next year after. Everybody talking about Las Vegas gonna have an MLS team eventually. There's talk about Phoenix, Arizona having an MLS team. So I don't think expansion is gonna be closing anytime soon for MLS.
I want to know that it's going to work. Like at some point, will you not have too many? Because even the NBA has a cap on the. I mean, they haven't expanded, and even the National Football League, they have not expanded. There are what? How many teams in the MLS?
MLS now? I'm not sure. Was it 32 in NFL? I think.
Yeah, and around 30. Isn't it 32 in the NBA as well?
It's 30 something.
Yeah, I think it's, yeah. How much in the MLS?
Man, you have to look that up. I don't have it top of my head. Somebody in the chat will find it for us.
Yeah. Somebody will tell us that, because I'm wondering at what point they say, this is like too many teams.
That's how they make the money. The franchise to start MLS franchise is what, $20 million to buy in. So that 20 million goes into the owner's pocket. So why would they say no to building or accepting more teams? That's a lot of money.
Yeah. 30 NBA teams. 30
Okay.
NBA teams. Yeah,
And
yeah.
they want to. I know they want Vegas wants an NBA team. I know Seattle wants back at it.
Yeah.
Seattle wants back
Seattle's-
at it. So yeah, it's a
Yeah,
possibility of more teams coming in.
Wow. So this means that even college football is going to take a hit, because if you're a good player who wants to play professionally, the college draft, I think when Robin was on, he was talking about it. Even players coming out of the college system is not like in your time. It's
No, totally different now.
yeah.
Most of the better players are going into MLS academies.
MLS next. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Like even with our team here, we'll have a MLS Next Pro team, so which is 18 and older, and then we also start a U13, U14 program academy team next year too.
Yeah. All right. No, I mean you were on the program last night, and so we go back to some of that, because a lot of discussions are being held about just football. No, you were in a time when probably Jamaica had, I don't know what was happening, but the players coming through were exceptional. When you look at, like I said, the under 23 players who moved up, Fabian Davis, I think Anandi, Messam, was Flower was part of the under 23.
Peter King.
Peter King. So several of you went up. I mean, that is how good the quality was, that the under 23 team, like so many of you, ended up making that team. All right, now it almost feel like the talent is not here. What were you doing? What was Bibi doing? What was happening in Jamaica at that time? Because we would want to believe that the coaching has gotten better and more stuff. The fields, at least, they are more field. What was happening? Why in your time the talent is so rich compared to now?
Well, I can't really come to a point and say this is the reason, but because I haven't been following schoolboy football in Jamaica for the longest while, so I have no clue how good it is or how. But back when when we were growing up, schoolboy football was the biggest thing. Premier League, it wasn't as big as high school football. Stadium East, all those, field ram with people. So I don't know if it's like that anymore. You would have to tell me if the quality of football, high school football, has dropped or has gotten any better. And I think that's where we, as coming up, that's where we kind of look to find our national team players or players that represent the national team. We're looking at high school footballers, and the success that whether it's Russies or Stets or those were big time football programs. And I don't think, forgive me if I'm wrong, but I don't think it's like that anymore.
Yeah, like that's what, because I can talk about me in that time, because when I was playing, like Omar Murray and Deck and those guys were playing, and I mean, though people rated me highly, I was like weird on the pecking order. Like,
yeah, look, if you call those names, those guys never played for national team, never got called up for national program.
And they never even, and they were, you understand me? And those guys were good. It's not like Omar Murray was no ordinary, and they never even got called up. That
maybe get called for a camp or something, but never made the final roster.
Never made. There you go, right? And so I don't know if less kids are playing. I know Milton Bunny, when he was on, he said that the amount of football that he was playing, and he alluded to that the youth's not playing any football now. It's like 2 days. The train, it's 3 days. I mean, how often you used to play?
Every day, even Sunday. Sunday was Saturday and Sunday you had games. And training was every day after school. Sometimes twice a day you have training. You train one time with Georges, and then you go somewhere else to train your club team.
Minor
So
league or something like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes, nonstop. So 12 o'clock come, you leave school and find somewhere, go training somewhere. you know, it's sad. It's come to this, but like you said, I guess people not playing as much as before.
Yeah. Yeah, and then for someone like you who is there, how do you help some of these Jamaican youngsters? I know even where you are, I know obviously part of your heart would be to be able to bring a Jamaican or two, or if they are there to help them with
Hmm.
nothing in, because I know you have expressed this to me that you would love to just take a Jamaican to the next level.
I guarantee that next year on this team there'll be at least 2 Jamaican players.
Okay.
Guarantee that.
Okay. Okay. Meaning um players here are Jamaicans born in the States, or it don't matter. Or you go come and probably do a little scouting mission to see, can I get.
I probably both. Like I would definitely come because my title here would be the head scout for the MLS next pro team next year, and also I'll be coaching one of the U13 academy teams. So I'm definitely scour entire North Carolina, East Coast, even the Caribbean, trying to find best quality players to bring here.
Okay, okay. So Jamaicans, you hear that, and you hear that. All right. You hear that, Jamaicans. What's the name? Somebody just asking what is the name of the team. It's Carolina
Core FC,
Core FC. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
officially starting 2024.
Right. So yeah,
But
but you have to build the team before that, though.
yes, my job starts now, so I'm scouting from now, looking for players for next year. Absolutely, yes.
And the age group all the way from what, 13 all the way up.
As of right now, it's U13, U14 MLS Academy players, and then our first team will be 18 years old, up to maybe 24, 25 is I think would be
Okay. Whoa,
ideal.
that's a large age group. You're talking about over 100 players
Oh yeah,
in
absolutely.
total,
Yes, yes.
and it's just male, no female.
No female right now. Just males.
Okay, okay. What is your licensing? I mean, because people always talk that they don't realize that there are many Jamaicans in the states with um a license attained in America. What level? Um.
So I have a A license, U.S. Soccer, United States Soccer Federation A license. At the time when I did mine, that was the highest license here in the States. But now they've added a pro license, which
Oh,
yes, so all MLS coaches have to have this pro license. So eventually I will, be looking to do this one too. I don't know if it's next year or the year after, but yes, I'll be doing the next level eventually.
okay. So you have a MLS. You have the U.S. Soccer Federation A
A
license,
license, yes.
which is when you did it, you said it was a highest level
Highest. Yes, I think
level.
last 4 years they added the new pro license, and every MLS coach has to have this pro license. So even if the coach had an A license, now he has to go take it. And even if he, once he's coaching an MLS team, he has to have that too.
The man, Chris Smith, nobody good like nobody good like the Baba. Yeah. You think I don't know that the players now are not at that level? I don't know why. To me, well, again, it's my opinion.
Yeah, yeah.
It's my opinion. Other people may think I don't think we have produced the footballers of your caliber. Like I said, people don't realize that even a Fabian Davis, who I think he was one of the best players in terms of controlling the ball in his
hmm
generation, right?
hmm
And even Fabian Davis struggled in the latter part of the campaign to stay in the Jamaica team.
Absolutely. But it's many players that like I could call and said, he should have get a call up, or this guy should have get a call up. He should have played for national team. And I don't hear that now coming from Jamaica, where
Yeah,
that
like
many
Ali Rose.
players.
People don't realize like a player like Ali Rose. Like,
Maybe he played what U20,
yeah,
U23s. That's it. Never a national team call up ever.
yeah. Try Pepsi. I mean,
Hmm.
these guys. Never like
Household names. Household name.
there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm saying. There is something that is happening that needs to be sorted out. So my thing is, what role does someone like you, or what role can you play in I know Robin was back, I think, in last year with Woolly.
Tyrone
You know,
Marshall was there recently,
Tyrone. Yeah,
last
Tyrone
December.
was there as well. Yeah, with Robin, and I think
Mm-hmm.
Woolly, and I think they did something with Andre Blake as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but what role can you play? I mean, are you
I'm
looking forward to one day
listen.
coaching a U15, a U17, or
I told you this last time we spoke. I am always available to help the national program. I'm easy to find.
okay,
So
okay,
whether
okay.
it's U16, U20, Olympic team, even the
But the
national
thing
team in
is
the
now you have
future.
no, the thing is now that you have a job, so that would be a little bit difficult because you just took on.
Yeah, yeah, but I'll always find a way to help my country, national team, no matter what it is. Always.
Yeah, yeah, that it would be interesting to see. But I'd love for some of you guys, right? Like to actually apply for the jobs, because at the end of the day, like, you can say, well, I am available, but
All right. So how all right. Say the U17 just finished, correct?
yeah, did you watch it?
I watched one game. Watch one
You could
game. The
watch no,
first game.
you
The
could
first
watch no
game.
more.
No, no, no. I was busy moving
Oh,
that
yeah,
time. So
yeah. What are
um
your thoughts though? Watch it. Can you play U17? I
mhm.
think. Yeah, 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 yeah.
But
Wh- wh-
all right. Who the coach now? All right. How do we figure out who's going to be the next coach for the next pro- rotation? Is there is there a job listing, or like I wouldn't know. Nobody, like I can't go say, all right, let me go apply for this job. Where would I find that?
I know a lot of persons are applying. Freddie Butler may be applying, and what's his name? A guy called oh geez, Simmons.
Gregory
But
Simmons.
no man,
Okay.
Bottlehead.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Carlton, right,
Okay.
and others. So maybe you need to, because that is actually 2 years from now, and
Yeah.
there's a new FIFA. There's also the under 20. Well, there's also the under 20. As well. There is the under 15, and the under 15 have a tournament here. So I
Okay.
don't know how many of the former players actually apply for the job, or they just say, I would do the job if I am asked. No,
All right. Where am I supposed to apply? Where would I send my resume? Who am I sending it to? I
all
don't
right.
know.
If you see when I get it, I will send it to the general secretary, and so the general secretary at the GFF, and the head of the technical committee, who is
Okay.
Rudolph Speed. I think he's head of the technical committee. Downswell, who is the technical director. Because I would say people should just send it to the three of them.
Wendell is still technical director.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, wow, wow, wow. All right. So what I would say to people is send it to the technical director, the head of the technical committee, and the general secretary. Copy them on it, because here's what: if one said they didn't get it, obviously the other one must. So somebody must get it. But I think sometimes though it's two ways. You guys
Mm,
can be, because there are so many of you. I mean, Fuller is doing his thing.
yeah. Yeah.
Bibi is out there doing. And then
Donovan Ricketts,
Ricketts is
Shavar Thomas,
Chavar,
like
Tyrone, Wooldy,
yeah.
so many. Even Robin, when he was here, suggested that this is something that you'd want to help with.
No, I know that all of us like.
Yeah, Brian Wallace is an next person who has
Mhm.
even said that he'd love to be involved even in the women's program. But um, I
Like
believe,
even recently when Lauren got the job for the women's team, I reached out to Lauren and like, listen, if you need any help, I'm here. Like I spoke to Lauren.
There you go. There you go.
So
Hey, listen, man. I think you'd be a good person. Like you. They should. Well, maybe you're not going to have the time. You should go alongside him to Australia as an assistant.
I'll be more than happy to. My club would make way for that for sure.
So let me say, Mr. Speed, Mr. Downswell, Mr. Chung. Right now, the women's program needs an assistant coach to Lauren Donaldson. This is the man. The man just said that his club would allow him. All right, so Bama, you have to send a resume, you know. You have to send it.
All right, I'll
Yeah,
send it to you and leave it up to you. You
yeah,
can send it
because
where you want.
we want to know that the people actually applied because
Okay.
the football need changing. Dean Burton, Frank Sinclair,
Yeah.
so many. Somebody
So
say
many.
Ryan Thompson.
Yeah, bigger. Yeah. He's here coaching over here too. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and we need to tap into that. But maybe again, they're going to say, but they don't apply. And I want to make sure that the excuses are gone. But I mean, you have seen, you have been exposed to. I know you haven't followed the Jamaican footballing landscape, but when a youth is 15 in Jamaica and a youth, you know, up to 15-year-old, Jamaica and the USA, how do you compare the talent based on your experience? How far apart at 15-year-old is the talent?
Well, like you said, I haven't seen 15-year-old Jamaican player in a long time. So, but what I've been around is the kids here are playing day in, day out. The 4 times a week training, 2, 3 games on a weekend, and it's just consistent. Like I said, I don't know if that's happening in Jamaica right now, but with the kids here, U15 and older, they're playing 4 or 5 times a week, and then with meaningful games at the end of the weekend, at the end of the week.
Okay, so the difference is that maybe the Jamaican kid has talent, but he's not playing enough.
No, not practicing enough. Not getting quality minutes or games on the weekend. Which, like, for me, yes, he can practice, but quality games is a key. Like Saturday or Sunday, playing those game like situations is always key because they put you in that frame of mind or a role where you have to produce and have to apart from training. But I think games are actually super key for players that young too.
Okay, so all right. So how do you talk to, because you used to coach younger kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you ensure that you played the prep school. Let me put it this way. You played in the prep school league. And you know what the prep school league is. If you're 8 and you're good, you're gonna play under 12
Yes.
in Jamaica.
Yes. Yes.
All right. And it is probably 9 and 9, and even some play 11 v 11 on
yeah.
a regular size field. So you have one player who he's on the team, he never touches the ball because Andy is a star defender. Just get the ball to Andy, he takes on everybody, he scores a goal, right? So Andy gets better, but maybe 6 of the other players don't really improve because they're just making up numbers. No, in the States it's done differently because you do like age, you do competition for almost every age.
Age, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how important is that? And explain that to those listening.
Well, at my club last couple of years, it's you have like you said, yeah, U8, U9, U10. Each age group was different, but yes, you still have quality players that you try and push up no matter what. So you have a 8-year-old that could possibly play for the 10-year-olds, and you want to challenge those kids because if they're that better, you want to push them to get even better. So yes, you have the stragglers at the end, but you take the 1 and 2 good players and you continue trying to push them further, pushing their limits or testing their limits. And that's when you can see whether these players break or fold, whether they accept it or they, all right, I'm not good enough, I'll go back down to my age level. But you're always trying to push these players to get to their best limit no matter what.
Yeah, and how you do the game is what at what age group?
Repeat that. What?
Like is it? I mean, when you're playing your under sevens, is it 10v10 or five?
No.
Just break down how
The
you do it to ensure that they are not just on the field, but they are actively learning and playing.
For me, 11v11s doesn't start until there
U12.
are U12s. Yes,
Yeah.
so they're playing 7v7s until they get to 12 years old. That's when you put them on a big field, and that's when you can see how players work out being on a big field, learning positions. Because in the 7v7s, there's no it's just offense or defense, you forward or defender. There's no midfielders or anything. So once you go to 11v11, that's when you have positions now. You have your forward, you have midfielders and defenders. So when they go to that big field now, that's when they learn positioning a lot more than they were doing at 7v7. 7v7, you just play, no matter what. You can 1 week I'm playing forward, next week I'm playing defender. So you're not teaching positions at that level. Once you get to the big field, that's when you're teaching players position.
Okay. So you're saying that you're 11 and under, you don't teach them position per se.
No, just play any position. You play here. You play the first half. You play as a forward. Second half, you play as a defender. Basically, that's how it is. And once you get to positioning in 11v11s, that's when you're like, all right, you're a forward, you're a midfielder, you're a right back, you're a centre back, you're a goalkeeper, and stuff like that.
Yeah, I see, Roger. I mean, even when you were here, I mean, you played in the prep school competition. It was Alberga Cup and those things were
Enriquez, yeah.
Cup was those things are massive. Like those were as crowded. Even the primary school league was crowded and all of that. I mean,
so that's not happening now.
I think they still have it, but I think the pandemic, has shifted something. So I'm wondering even if that is something that needs to be looked at. Like players who have been through those systems, like you and the Tyre, some of the guys who have played in those, to probably that's one of the areas that we can begin to change things at the younger age group, where we say, listen, all right, this is I'm going to run an Andy Williams under 12 competition in say in St. Anne.
Yeah.
All right, and you don't give anybody your money.
but you need to get a sponsor for that. So back in our days, it was what Milo sponsored everything.
Yeah. So you reach out and say, listen, exactly. You said, all right, listen, I can through this place we can get the jerseys, bring them into Jamaica. You guys get the boots, right? It's called the Andy Williams Cup, and it's 12 schools, right? Like, maybe that's something that also can be looked at, because like Roderick is saying, primary and prep school kids are struggling right now. Nothing is being done to help them, and if they're being assigned to any activities, it's minimal.
That's sad. Really and truly sad.
Yeah, so it's a lot of things, and then the fields have not improved. I mean, you were at Mona, St. Peter's and Paul, Mona, St. Peter's and Paul those days. You probably check what are those surfaces like.
Priory, Mona up at Real Mona. You had Priory. You had Peter and Paul.
Vaz.
Vaz never no field.
Yeah. Well, Vaz, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's you would think that everything would improve, but like you said, maybe COVID kind of hampered everything, and hopefully, everything will start,
But it never looked too good before COVID either, Big up, Sir Altiman Freddie Butler. They want to see you forget to mention 9v9 games before 11v11.
Yeah. Freddie more astute than me. Yeah.
Yeah. So Freddie Butler says, listen, all right, I'm going to put on the Port Royal under 12. And he runs,
Hmm.
well, Port Royal probably have, I don't know if they have enough citizens to out that side to play. But there could be a field. Like maybe that's what we need to do. You understand me? Wherever you can find a place, like I said, Cassava, you probably can do something up Manizil Road and find a team from Cassava and just put on an under 12 plate up by Constant Spring.
Yeah, play every
Um
weekend. Saturday,
every
Sunday
weekend. Yeah,
have
yeah,
games.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just cut the feeling too and probably play like a 9v9, 2 games playing and stuff. Somebody else, maybe somebody can do something up Barbican side and capture the Ligani people and that kind of thing, and the standpipe people. Somebody else can do
Hmm.
something. Just have different persons, the players who and I don't know, maybe, but we have to start doing something because when I looked at the under 17 team, it it don't look good. It didn't look good.
Yeah, I know. I
Unfortunately,
know. I know. Freddie is trying to recruit some players in the Florida area right now, trying to have tryouts for players to get national team, potential. So, I wish him all the best, and hopefully, he has a lot of players coming out to try out for the national team or to be noticed as being Jamaican players.
yeah, and the other thing with that though is we have to make sure we have good eyes because the last one, because this under 17 team, they actually did one of those camps before, to
Yeah,
find players,
yeah,
and some of the better players were not selected. So sometimes it's not just having the camps; it's having the right eyes
yeah,
to then
yeah.
end up selecting the right
The right
players.
players. Yeah, and that like I said, that's GFF. Needs to. Like I said, I don't know what's going on with GFF. I hope it's a lot better, and I hope they're putting all the efforts to find these players, especially with the next World Cup coming up. The opportunities for qualifying for World Cup is a lot better now than last World Cup. So with Mexico, USA, and Canada already being in qualified already, the spots for Jamaica, Trinidad, and Honduras, it's pretty intriguing to have the possibility of playing in the next World Cup.
Yeah, I mean I mean, I know you're very, like, you're one of the persons who always appear like nothing really bothers you. You understand me? So, but when you look at what the state of the football now, from where you left it to where it is now, I mean, do you believe that enough progress has been made?
Not at all, none whatsoever. I remember when I stopped playing for Jamaica, I used to watch every national team game. Now I couldn't tell unless I sit down and watch a Jamaica national team football game. I'd find some link, I search the internet, I search to watch on some crappy link I'd used to watch, but now I don't even pay attention really. Like I just read the headlines and see we lose again.
So is it that you have lost interest, or it is too depressing?
Depressing. And I'm not knocking the players that are playing now because I know some of them players personally, but the quality is just like depressing sometimes. Like seriously, the talent that we have, we shouldn't be playing this bad, even now.
Yeah. Yeah, and that continues to be the issue. Like I said, the quality we have, we should be playing better. Like, you
100%.
can't play
Yeah,
good and lose. Yeah, understand me? I
yeah,
mean, but
it's
if you're
football.
losing and playing
Yeah.
ugly, it just makes it worse.
Yeah, if you have no idea, no style of play, like it's just tough to watch. Like
Yeah.
like you with Arsenal back in the day, and you said tough to watch. Now you're happy.
You hear this? Yeah, you hear this? What are you talking about? We are top of the league.
Yeah, now you're happy.
No, no,
All you last 5-10 years, are you
no,
still?
no, but we're still playing good football with
Yeah,
Santi Carzola, Rosiski. We're playing Ozil. We're playing good. We were just not winning the Premier League.
And you're stressed.
We were stressed because we weren't winning, but we were delighted in the play. I used to love watching Arsenal because the team looked so good passing the ball. The problem is that you don't want to watch Jamaica. I mean, there are kids who call Jamaica, no, 16 and 17-year-olds, call Jamaica long ball FC.
Mm. Mm-mm.
That's what we are being called, long ball FC.
Wow.
I'm telling you, 16-year-old. They walk up and say, management, when long ball FC playing again? So what you're talking? So sometimes I know they're talking the national team, but I just think they're probably going to talk the club, like Mount Pleasant or one of those clubs. So I said, who you talking to? Then they said, not the regular long balls FC, man. That's what they call him, because they said all we do is play long ball. So I don't know, but some stuff need to be done to change. I say, Freddie, some people complaining that the new coach shouldn't say feel is an issue. But feel is an issue. Of course, feel is an issue. And what?
Feel has always been an issue in Jamaica, so it's nothing new.
Yeah, so why there's a saying the coach shouldn't talk about that. But I mean, how important is having kids and players exposed to quality surfaces?
Honestly, I don't think it should be a problem because it never affected us. Like, if you remember how Stadium East used to be and
Dirt.
Stadium West,
Dirt.
Yeah.
You better don't drop over there.
Nah, I can't really say it has to be an issue, because it should. If that's the case, it should make you a better player of controlling the ball and getting down and playing quicker. You know.
You know, it is true, because I mean, people used to even tackle back in because you'd always have cherries.
Cherries, yeah.
These kids don't have cherries anymore. I don't hear these kids talking about having cherries. So, like I said, the field shouldn't be an issue. But Freddie, say you must shout him later this evening.
I will for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, but I like that point though. That the fields, it should, if anything, the field should do is to help the players to better control the ball at least and pass it, because the surfaces are so bad. So you should work harder at your controlling and passing the ball. I hear, for example, and which is also, I think, is the next issue with the football, and Milton Griffith said it, and a couple other persons have said it before that. And he used the example of when he went to Brazil. I think it may have been the second time. And he said that when they did I think at some Zico gym or somewhere like that, but there was a physical conditioning test that was done. I don't know if you were on that trip.
I was on the second Brazil trip, yes. Not the first one.
He said the only person who passed that test was Freddie Butler. Because Freddie Butler was one of the few players playing
professional
pro that time.
Yeah.
They said everybody else failed the test. But they got there believing, because they were running so hard, like in the local leagues in Jamaica, that they were fit. Is there a different level of fitness with club football and football at the international level?
Honestly, the only thing I can say is you can be fit, and game fit is two different things. All right, so you can, look at, Fabulous Fabian. Fabian probably one of the fittest man I ever know. He could have run all over the field, anywhere. But when it comes to 90 minutes of football, it's just a different kind of fitness. So you have to, play games to get that kind of fitness. Like you just running sprints or how much miles you can run. It's different when you're playing 90 minutes. And
okay.
Different.
So the kids
totally
who are playing more games are going to be better conditioned. So
yes.
The more games you play, is the better your conditioning is going to be.
Yeah, because if you look at it, look at preseason here in MLS, like, yes, you have an off season, you have your fitness program that you have to follow But when you come back into preseason with the team, you have to have these preseason games where you start off with either 45 minutes the first game, next game is 60 minutes, next game is 75 minutes, next game is 90 minutes before you touch the season. So game fitness is totally different from regular fitness.
Yeah. I see Vin Blaine have a question here. Don't worry, me tell him to send the resume because the man put it out there. Man, this man say I'm gonna do a thing, Yeah, make sure. So he must be the one now that when him get the call, him say, boy, me not have the time, but man, this man gonna work hard to ensure.
Yeah.
That's me.
Nah, Mr. Blaine. Nah, never ever.
Yeah.
And Vin was my not Gentech, but team manager at the time when I was at the national team the last couple of years. So no, Mr. Blaine, no, nothing like that.
Yeah. But man is going to try and push that because I think like even like what he said, we're going to play a tournament. You could probably come and be with. I mean, even if you don't have a ongoing day-to-day role, that the team is on a camp for and 2 weeks leading up to the competition, you could come and talk with them.
Honestly, I've gotten more opportunities with other countries in the Caribbean than with Jamaica. Like even last year, Stern John is the head coach for
is St. Lucia?
St. Lucia, I think.
Yeah. I interviewed him recently.
Yeah, I saw that interview. Yeah, and he and I spoke recently, and he was going to talk to his federation about even bringing me in for what's the next tournament again? The Caribbean tournament they have qualified
Nations
for
League.
Nations League. Yeah. So
yeah, because they have Nations League game
coming up. Yes.
Yeah.
So even I've spoken to him about possibility of coming out and helping him with the national team for St. Lucia.
Whoa. You hear that, JFF? Big. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk to Freddie. We're gonna make a thing. We have to make a thing go on. We have to find a way to get your knowledge, your wealth of knowledge, pour back into. Listen, I even think like because even Fabulous is a physical. He does one-on-one physical training, and he does a very good job. This is somebody that if you have like like recently one of the best players in the under-17 team, never made it. He had some knee issue, and I'm saying that though they have a physical trainer, this is somebody that is there that could offer individual training as a former national player. This is a former national player who's just as qualified that you could tap into. You're someone who played in the MLS and played in midfield. You went through high school and the college system there, so you know certain things. So even if there are players in the national pool going over, you're somebody that they should reach out to even have a Zoom meeting and in this internet and social media platform time where you could actually talk to them about what to expect, how to prepare. You are somebody again that they could tap into. Listen, we have some midfielders. Like a good example is this player called Tariq McGee. All right, very good player. All right, but having some struggles in cementing a place in Europe. All right.
Yeah, I remember. What was it 3-4 years ago? I came down to do a MLS combine, and Tyreek was there, Topi was there, a bunch of other players. I can't remember now, but yeah, he was one of the stand-up players. He was recommended to MLS at the time, but at that time we only could take one player, and it was what's his name?
Vassell.
Yeah.
Peter Lee Vassell.
Yeah, we took Peter Lee instead of Tyree McGee.
Yeah. So he's a player that I think like, if the opportunity present itself, that you could, just because of the position that you play, some of the things that you did with the ball, that you could even a one-on-one mentorship kind of a thing to help him. Like even stuff like that, we need to tap into. Some of the players, because not all of the past players will be able to to coach in the system because there's a limited amount of team. There are more of you coaching and involved in football than positions available.
Correct.
But here's what, there's a one-on-one mentorship that is very important. I know that because it's what helped me. I mean, most of us grew up having this big baller who rate us. If it's not our father, it's a brother, it's a cousin, it's an uncle, it's somebody on the senior team where we represent that would come and say, no man, this is how you pass it. This is how you do it. All right, listen, I'm going to run on the beach. You want to come on, and follow me. Yo, wake up, man.
Yeah.
Even in terms of that mentorship in our youth programs, I think we need to find some of the national players and say, Andy, listen, we're going to this tournament. We know you wanted to help. We are going to have you mentor this player. So find, if it's a 20-man squad, find 20 reggae boys who played in the different position and say, you are his one-on-one mentor. This player can call and they can talk to you. They can ask you advice. You know, when you come to the camp, you're not trying to change what the coach is doing, right?
Oh, you're just helping the player himself.
Yeah, helping the player. So even from that perspective, I see where players of your ilk and others can be involved in building the national Edward. Somebody's just saying that they have Shartman over in Canada, Richard Edward in Canada. That Shartman. Yeah.
I'm more than willing to help any way possible. If it's one or two players, like I said, I'm willing to try and get here to get to the next level. I'm gonna do my part as best as I can.
Yeah. Yeah, so for those of you who came on late asking what he's doing now, he just moved from the West Coast to East Coast kind of ish. He's out in Carolina, and he is the head scout, not a scub scout. He's the chief scout out there. New franchise that begins in 2024 in the MLS Next Pro. But his work actually starts now.
Absolutely. Like starting next week, I'm supposed to be trying to find all these clubs that are here in the Charlotte, North Carolina area and try and start watching these games, start watching these players, especially. So next year is my U13, U14. So like this year, I'm looking at U10s, U11s, U12s, for starting to put a list together for next year.
Yeah. So how do you have a program with database that, so you find a player, so you go into Greer or Greenville and you find a player, right? Do you have that in a database, like I said, where it shows you how are you going to track? Or you just call the player immediately? Or do you have something where you can look at what the player has been doing, though you saw him for the first time, but do you have something that shows you what the player has been doing for the last 4 years?
No, I'm not interested in that. For me personally, I'll go and watch his player, watch practice, and start following from scratch from now. I'm not going off of anybody else's decisions or followings. It's just all based on my eyes right now, and just kind of following from scratch and start following these players till next year.
Okay, and then you have a sort of database where
then yes, once I start, I'll keep my database and start my database for these players. Correct.
Okay, you build the database, or that is something that the club
I will build my no. They don't have anything. I'll be building my database. Yes.
Okay. Why I'm asking, because I just saw someone with what, something where they have like players, and it keeps on up every time the player plays a game, it updates it so you can see like his pass completion, all of those things.
Yeah.
It keeps in everything going forward.
Yes, that's professional level. But for me, club soccer is just, there's no database for club soccer, so I can go down the road and go to a park and watch whoever's playing there, and that's how I'm I'm gonna take this, role.
I'm up in the Florida. I wonder if we can shave off my beard and spray me here. That we could drop some football. Yeah, see
Yeah,
we can manufacture a birth certificate. You understand me? 16-year-old, see we can
yeah,
reignite my professional career.
absolutely.
This one says it seemed that from listening to the conversation and all the other talk involving diaspora, the JFF may need to employ a director of diaspora relation. I think this would help the Jamaica Football Federation. All right. Yeah. But the truth is, we're having this conversation. I know some persons are saying that they don't want outside help. Sometimes persons don't know that help is available. So we're putting it out there that help is available, and the help is no longer going to wait. And you to call, help is going to come to you. And you must make the decision. And this is what I want. So because I have made up my mind, Mama, that I want all the excuses to be removed from the leaders of the football. In other words, they
Okay.
can't say we didn't know. They can't say, boy, but Andy want too much money, because Andy Williams have come out and said, listen, I want to help. And I've heard several of the players. I've heard Freddie Butler say that. I've heard Boris. I've heard Dean Sewell. I've heard Paul Young. So many of these players. And I can go on and
Not about the
on.
money,
It's not about the money.
whatsoever. None at all.
You understand me? So they can't say we can't pay, because here it is that he has come out and said it's not about the money. His ambition is to find Jamaican, even if it's one, to help them to the next level. And they don't want anything. If we can get them to play for Chelsea, that is fine. If the player want to come back in the years and reinvest in the next life, that is the ambition. And this is not management. This is what Andy told me personally.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I see. R&R asking if you went to the World Cup at 19.
18.
Yeah.
77 World Cup of July 98. 19. I just know Baby was younger than me, so I was the second youngest. Baby was
Oh,
youngest.
Bibi was younger than you. Yeah, man. But it's so good to see a career going off, and that you have ambitions of getting higher certification and thing. But if you also know any I think 212 and 12-13 is the age group they're working with. That's it. Or 2008, 2009.
Yeah, 8
For
and
down by
9, yeah.
Freddie Singh that he's having. So maybe we know a couple of teenagers, you can tell them to go down there, because that's what we want to do. This idea that we have enough, we're not playing enough football in Jamaica at this time. Maybe 10 years from now, when we get everything back and running, we'll start reproducing the talent again. But for now, we have to look. Unfortunately, it is the way that it is. Ideally, it should not be so. But we have to look outside of Jamaica to bolster all our teams if we want to have success outside of the geographical space of Jamaica, because we're not playing enough football. We're not playing enough football. And we have a generation that missed 2 years of football. And until we can catch that time frame up again, we have to look in the States and in England and find them. It may be 10, it may be 15, it may be 5, it may be 7, right? And that don't mean that you're dismissing the Jamaicans. You're just the ones who live in the space. You're just saying, listen, we realize that the pandemic affected us for 2 full years. So therefore, your development has slowed down. Like, let's do this until our developmental program, we can get Alberga Cup going regularly, and the Enriquez Cup, and then we have Parish Under 12, and we have parish under 14, and you're playing for the entire year. You're playing 9 months
Playing
of
some kind
football.
of game, yeah.
Yeah. And then at that time, we believe that you'll be up to par. We also improve in the coaching. But for now, we have to look at other talent to supplement what we have now, because we just don't have enough to compete at the highest level. And all Jamaicans should want that.
Yeah, yeah. Going back, looking at me, you had the high school program, you had minor league, you have um, the local league, city league, and there's a game. I was playing a game every
Non-stop.
weekend. Every
And
weekend,
2
there's
games.
some kind of game.
Sometimes you used to
Yeah.
have 2 games on Saturdays.
Saturday and another one on Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah. Understand me? Somebody have a question for you. Bum. And you can call in, people are going to open the line, because Andy have to go hear him phone, and he don't have him breakfast yet, people. So
Lunchtime now.
oh, lunchtime now. He says, Andy, what do you think about kids go pro but choose to go to college? Is it still possible for them to play for their country?
Go pro, but choose to go to college. It's impossible for them. Absolutely, of course. You're still getting quality games. You're still getting good practice. You're still, on top of that, you're getting an education. But now I think the college program is trying to go a year-round season. So now when I went to college, it was September to December. That was the season, and then you had a spring season, which was like 3 or 4 games. But now I know they're trying to do an all-year-round season, which I think is going up to votes pretty soon, where you play more games again in the spring season. So I think there's a possibility or a chance for players that do go to college and get those games and play games, and obviously they'll get called in for the if they're doing well, if the coach is watching, or whoever's should be watching these players. If they're watching these players play these games, there should be no reason why these players can't be called up to the national program.
Okay. All right, B. Douglas Karumi says, Mama, oh, you could kick so good. He says,
But
then he goes on and says, Nah, I think that should be Nancy the youth I kick the ball with that power. Our difference them I use, or what different, yeah.
no, you blame my father for that. My father used to I used to have this wall where I used to live. I used to live like right next door to Prairie School, high school. You guys know Prairie there, right?
Yeah, man, yeah. Prairie, it's not up there anymore.
Yeah, it's called something else now.
Yeah. That's beside Police Officers Club.
Yes, right. That's all.
Yeah.
So my father used to take me. I used to jump the wall almost every night for go over Prairie, go kick ball against the wall, and just consistently, and did that probably from 8 years old to 10 years old on a consistent basis. And it was, like I said, blame my father for that, and grateful for everything he taught me.
Yeah. Patrick Reed, bless up yourself, Sir Patrick. Launch Legacy, where they not only handle risk and seek legacy. He says, man, back in the days we had under 14, under 16, under 20 competition going on. Know that finish.
Yeah, I used to play all 3 of them on the weekend.
There you go.
One game Saturday, next one Sunday. Yeah.
And then you have school games as well.
And during the week.
Yeah. And then all right, they call it Liberty High now.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. That's the name of the school. Or if you want to play pro ball, go pro. If you want to play college football, finish that, then you go pro.
Yeah.
I think
he's doing that right now.
Yeah, I think though it's going to be very difficult, given with the MLS Next Pro and for college, for players in the college system who will not be playing as much ball as the MLS Next Pro players, to really break in. You have to be like exceptional, because the best players are going to want to go pro and come to the MLS Next Pro.
Still, you're gonna have late bloomers that kick off that when them turn 22, them them figure out the system or figure out how to play it. Like, you're gonna have late bloomers that just happen to be the next level. Look at who's the goalkeeper that went to Arsenal? Matt Turner. Turner
Yeah,
is
Matt
his
Turner.
name.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
Matt
he
Turner.
didn't play any football until like 20. Like, nothing youth level. No, never played football, and now look what Arsenal
Yeah,
keeper.
yeah. You follow Arsenal a whole lot, though, man. Which team you support?
I don't. The only thing I support is Arsenal losing every weekend and laughing. No, I don't really support. I don't have a team. I just like to see people suffer.
Yeah, yeah. The man just want to see Arsenal lose. People say can laugh. Can you believe it? That,
Same thing for the Manchester fans and the Chelsea fans, and seeing them crying every weekend, and it's just funny to me. Like, I don't really have a team to follow. I like players, and I want to see them be successful. But I find it funny when like you guys, if them lose next weekend, I start crying for the whole week.
no, man. We winning the weekend. Tom Strader, he went to St. George's, but he didn't stay long. He left St. George's early.
I did my whole. I left George's in a repeat fifth farm, and then I didn't want to go to sixth farm because at that time George's won everything. So I was like, why am I going to stay here and win more? I want to go challenge myself. So that's why I went to
Yeah, yeah,
college.
yeah, 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 yeah. So having won everything, he left George's. Unlike our
Yeah,
present crop of players who win everything and want to stay and win everything again and still want to stay and win everything again and still
yeah,
want to stay, right?
yeah,
So he went to college early. Yeah,
yeah.
but he's a St. George's. He's a St. George's man. Yeah, but he was young on that team, though. I mean, you're one of
hmm
the younger players on that George's team, though you were in fifth form.
Yeah, left 17 years old left when I left George's.
Yeah. Yeah, him don't want to cry like the rest of fans. Him saying don't choose your team. Yeah, man. But
Yeah, I
anything else?
rather smile.
Yeah, man. Anything else you want to share? I don't know if the fans have any more questions. I think Karumi was asking, what is the difference with the youths? Where is it? Let me see if I can find that. He's asking what you see different with the youths of today than your time.
If looking even with my club team that I was with in Arizona, these kids don't watch football whatsoever. I was coaching the '05 team, 2005, kids, and maybe 3 or 4 of them ever watched any football after them practice. Like, they don't care to watch any games. They don't follow any team. They don't have a favorite player. And I can, and it's just crazy how that's even possible if you play the sport and you don't watch it on a regular basis.
Yeah. Somebody asking which schoolboy team you support. No, listen to the program, man. The man not even watch schoolboy football.
No, I still follow anytime Georges play. I still follow. I still, I'm in a group chat where some guys put up the game or the live link for Georges versus KC or Sabina Park. Every now and again I'll watch 1 or 2 of those games if I can find it.
People, let me tell you this man watch game. When KC gone too, him stop watch. You're not watching it to the end.
Nah,
Ishmael
because
King-
you have Mo Young and Kevin Mo Young and Wooldie Harris are bug me about Georges KC all the time. So I only bug them when Georges are win.
There you go, there you go. So Ishmael King says discipline is one of the reasons why is the difference. And then Patrick Reed said them lazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100% agree with all of that.
Yeah, but people
And it's
say that
not just Jamaica; it's here too.
yeah, but people
Like
say
I
that
said,
you are lazy too. People just say
oh,
that. But look how much you accomplished.
100%. I can say that myself. I was probably the laziest footballer ever in Jamaica. No, Ali Rose was probably the laziest, but I was second to that. I was, like I said, I my talent got me to a lot of places that and like I said, I regret it to this day that I should have put more effort into everything I did.
Yeah, I know you always say that you know, that's it. You never put enough in it to because maybe that'll be way ahead.
Because I didn't
Give me
need
what,
at the time I didn't need to. I got by with everything, and so I was like, I don't need to work harder or anything. So yes, that's one thing I always regret.
yeah. And I see how we get players in the MLS. Yeah, because the numbers of Jamaican players in the MLS have reduced significantly.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to say why that has happened, but I think now these clubs are looking to more South American players, younger players in South America, and they have the budget for that um, for those players now than back in the day when I was playing. So that was the reason why you had more Caribbean players playing in MLS back in the day than you do now.
Okay. All right, all right. Listen, people, good discussion. It's always good to have the bomber on, you know. You understand me? I don't know, mess on the 9 to 5 because you know he would have been in here giving a whole heap, bro. Big up,
What's
service
up,
man.
bro?
Yeah. Bro, walk on, bro, bro, bro. You're not a legend, you know. You're a legend. Continue, you know, bro.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Yeah, man. But people, listen, I don't know, Andy, anything you want to say? I mean, and listen, congratulations on the new opportunity, you know. It means that you're doing the work and your work is being, being observed and seen by others.
Appreciate it.
You're
Appreciate
also
it.
working, and you're also working with one of your former teammates, right?
Yeah, Eddie Pope. He's the former U.S. men's national team player.
Yeah.
Played MLS. U.S. legend. He's who hired me here. And there's a few other MLS players that will be on the staff, but I can't mention their names yet. But if this staff ever needs to play a five-a-side, I think it would be the best five-a-side team ever in coaching staff history.
Ah! All right, people.
Also, big up to all the reggae girls for qualifying for World Cup.
Yeah. They lost their 3 games. But I was
Yeah.
telling some people the other day, that just a discussion with some. They were talking about a coach who could have coached the reggae girls team, and I was saying to them, listen, um, I'm not saying that coach can't coach, but Lauren Donaldson, when it comes on to his qualification for coaching females, he's probably one of the highest qualified in this region and has had the most success in producing players for the US national team. So Lauren Donaldson is a top coach, both
Absolutely.
on the male and on the female side. But he has done tremendous thing on the female side. But I really think I believe that he needs some good assistant around him though, especially heading to the World Cup. And I'm not advocating for people to be fired from their jobs, but I think he needs some more help around him. And I hope like someone like you, at least for the World Cup, just to be there and just helping, because he needs. I don't think he has enough around him right now in his coaching staff to get the best.
Yeah, I remember last year talking to Lauren to trying to get the girls to come and play an exhibition game in Arizona, but at the time, it was when they were right before qualifiers down in
Oh,
Mexico to get him some quality games, but JFF just couldn't make it work at the time.
yeah, man, always looking out for Jamaica, man, always, and that's a good thing and stuff. All right, so have you gotten to Alabama?
No, just wider. Just wider and rounder. That's all.
Yeah, man. All right. So there you go, people. Andy Bama Williams. Yeah, probably one of the most loved Jamaican footballers. You understand me? One who cemented this place, and I want the youngsters to remember this. That when this man got into our senior team, he stayed in our senior team. All right, and he's saying to you, I want you to realize how talented he was. That though he admits that he was lazy, his talent level was so high that even in the World Cup, when he admits that he was lazy, he still made the team and he still played in the World Cup. Imagine if he were working extremely hard. And when I hear other players talk about him, they said that he could have played in any one of the top leagues in Europe if he just worked hard and wasn't as lazy as he admitted.
The funny thing, the Rene Simoes interview recently
Yeah.
when he brought up my name, and I'd never heard that from him ever, and it kind of shocked me when he said that he thought I was better than Bibi. And
Yeah.
now I wish he would have said to me back then.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
That's sometimes, and that's the thing. Like, maybe somebody needed to say, man, you're joking. Like, you're joking. You haven't even tapped. Imagine if somebody had said that to you. Like, and this is what I'm saying to my the young players need. If they had somebody to say that to you, you're joking. You should be at Barcelona. You can't and really sell you a vision that you were that good to be there and just needed to work hard where you would have been. And I am glad that you're taking time. Time no. Somebody Mr. United asking, you were talking to him last night, asking if you're still lazy, bro.
Depends on what you're talking about.
Yeah. You understand me? Just imagine, and I hope that this will inspire you to inspire some other youths.
Oh, absolutely. That's my, like I said, that's my role now, trying to teach and lead these younger ones, and hopefully, like I said, I learn from my lessons, and hopefully I can, tell them what I've been through and what I did, and to help them get to that next level.
Yeah, man. All right, Sir Obama, look out. Remember to send the information, Understand me?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And people, we have to keep on. You say, listen, man, do this. You need to call it out. Once I get it and say, listen, all I'm going to say is that it has been sent, so you know that it has arrived at the places it's supposed to, and the decision is up to them. And again,
Yeah.
I'll say this for anyone from the Federation listening. There are many former national players who have all kind of abilities and strengths that they can help the national programs with, male and female, senior and junior, right? That even if it's from a mentorship perspective, they're available. And money is not an issue for most of them. I wouldn't say all of them, but for most of them, the money isn't the issue. So reach out and get some help. All right? Again, congratulations, and I'm so happy for you. And it only goes up from here. Can't wait for you to do the pro license. You understand
Yes.
me?
Yes.
And one day coach one of those MLS clubs.
We'll see.
Yeah, man. All right, Mama. Thanks again. Enjoy the rest of the day, and all the best to you and the family, and all the best on your new job.
Respect. Blessings to everybody in the chat. Next
Yeah.
time, yeah?
All right, then. Cool. All right, there you go, people. The Bomber at it again. Hear these good things? There are many good things. Cranky last night said it on the show that we did. And he said, let us focus on putting out some positive things. That was positive, That was a positive interview. I want to help. Money is not an issue. I want to help. Money is not an issue. No one has called me. And I said, you call them. We're going to get the resume. We're going to send it. And it is, listen, if you need help, I am here. So people can't say, money is one. Let's change the narrative and be positive. Positive. We are critically positive. We critique positively and we bring positive change to the game. We have to see better beginning now. Now is the time. This is the moment. Jamaica football must change. Must change. And we continue to advocate and project these changes. We're doing it respectfully. Remember what Gen Sec says. Remember what the Gen Sec says? I don't mind criticism. Do it respectfully. We're putting out not just the problems. Every time we highlight problems on this show, we present reasonable solutions. Because we owe it to ourselves as citizens of this country. Whether we residing in the geographical space or we're living outside of the geographical space, as citizens of this great country, Jamaica, when we highlight the problems, we present what we believe are solutions. We don't have a franchise on the solutions. You can take it and own it. You can call it your own. You don't have to say, I am sure sports or the coach's desk or military goon or Patrick Reed or Mr. United or Rajic Sharp or Peter Mystic. You can take the credit for it as long as the change is made. Remember that. This week, before this week is over, could be tomorrow, could be Saturday. It should have been Sunday, but we're trying, and it could be Sunday. We're going to have the national coach. Because I want to hear from him, because some people are making some assertions that are not accurate. And management must be like this too. We should not, we must pass the place where we present content for the purpose of views. We must present content for the benefit of the game. Firstly, and if we do that, the views will come. So I challenge all the persons, the independent content creators, to create content and put out content for the purpose of the betterment of the game. And then the likes will come. We will have the national coach, because I think I owe it to him to express his desires and plans for the football. So they're saying, all right, Gibson really a yes, how could I? Thank you, sure improvement. Can't do that to Mr. Gibson. But I'm management, this has been I Am Sure Sports. Sometimes the people them don't like the video and I don't know why. Sometimes they watch the video and them don't subscribe. I don't know why. You understand me? Sometimes they watch the video and they say it's great and they don't share the video. I don't know why. But I am management. This has been I Am Sure Sports. And when it gets to this point, we say we are over and we are OUT out of here.